How do you convince a crooked culture that they're crooked when they have simply come to believe that the standard for what's right is whatever they think? Because we've gotten rid of the Bible. Charles Spurgeon says this beautifully. He says, don't spend any time trying to explain how crooked a crooked stick is. Simply lay a straight stick beside it and the work is done. Preach the truth and error is abashed in its presence. So how do we apply the straight stick of the scriptures to culture that has become so crooked? We do it the same way that God's always told his people to do it. He gave the strategy to Adam in the garden. He reiterated it to Noah. It would be starting with the personal, individual transformation of the heart. It works itself out in through your marriage and your family, your home. It starts in the head. You are transformed in your mind. You have the mind of Christ. It moves to your heart. It moves to the works of your hands. It characterizes the activity of your home, and it moves all the way out to the city gates where government business is done. That's the Shema. God gave it to Moses. It would come through all of the great heroes of the faith and on down. That means that the drag queens are not really the problem. China's not the problem. The WHO, the CDC, Bill Gates, the World Economic Forum, George Soros, Silicon Valley rulers, they're not the real problem. By the way, they're nothing compared to the ancient Egyptians and what they did to people, or the Babylonians, or the Medes and the Persians, or the Roman Empire, or the Vikings, who would build idols of metal and heat them up to extreme temperatures with fire. And upon their arms, they would sacrifice their children. And they would flip and sizzle like baby bacon. They would impale people on stakes and light them on fire and hold them up as human torches to illuminate gladiatorial entertainment games. What we're dealing with now is nothing compared to that. But it will get there, because that's the depths of depravity that exist within the human heart. And it's interesting, God never said, fear them.